It's my pleasure to have you join us here tonight for this great event, the annual meeting and celebration. Tonight, thanks to your dedication and your hard work, we will be granting 3 grants of $105,333.34 to 3 amazing nonprofits in Northern Michigan. We are truly making an impact tonight because of your help. Now, this is the most important and exciting night of the year. Normally, this is when we all gather together in the dining room. We all get to share. We all get to experience that camaraderie, that bonding, that in-person connection. We get to hear from the nonprofits in person. We all grab our tissues. We all wish we had worn waterproof mascara, and it is an incredible night. We cannot be together in real life this year, but we have done a ton of hard work behind the scenes to make sure that you still have a great live experience. So we are going to be announcing the winners, the grant recipients, here for you later this evening live. We're all going to do some meeting business for you, of course, as well. We are in the Vortex Studios in Traverse City. We are practicing our social distancing behind the scene. We've got our hand sanitizer. We had our mask. I'm not going to wear one now because that'd be a little awkward trying to communicate with you, but we are doing our part. And I'm sure you're doing your part at home too. So we hope you and your families are safe as well. We have our 5 finalists. You have seen the videos, you have done the voting, you have done the reviewing, but let's do a quick reminder of who those 5 finalists are. In no particular order, we have Old Town Playhouse, Michael's Place, Habitat for Humanity, Preserve Hickory, and Newton's Road. Now, one of the women who's been instrumental in helping us in this incredible 4th year is our president, Jody Treach. Jody joins us live now. Remember when I said I would mess up? It's okay. We're doing the best we can here. And Jody, you have done an incredible job this year as president. You and I were on that founding board, and now you are our president leading through an incredible time. How has the 4th year been?
Well, it's been an interesting year, I would have to say. It's been fantastic, though made possible by the 316 women that committed to join us and to provide transformational grants to our community. By the end of tonight, with your help, we will have awarded $1.1 million in transformational grants to our community over the past 5 years.
That is incredible. If we could cue the applause, that would make it feel even more festive.
The impact model itself, Diana, is so powerful. I'd like to take a moment to review our model for those that are joining us. At least 100 women gather. Each of them donate $1,000. 100% of that donation is given directly to a charity in at least $100,000 increments. Applications are solicited in 5 focus areas. They are arts and culture, education, environment and recreation, family, and health and wellness. Volunteer committees perform rigorous review, site visits, and ultimately select our finalists. As you have mentioned, Diana, over the past week, we've had a chance to review the finalists' 10-minute pre-recorded presentations, read their executive summaries, and cast our ballots. I'm so excited to be here with you tonight as we find out which grants will be awarded.
It is going to be really exciting. And I know this is all new for all of us, but 2020 has been a lot of new for a lot of us. It's been a challenging year. And, you know, I have been so impressed with the way that you as our president you've really worked to keep us engaged and informed. There's a lot that's really been different this year because of the pandemic.
Well, isn't that the truth? I can't think of really an area of our lives that hasn't faced the upheaval caused by this pandemic. But really, challenge is sometimes its own reward. And we have been able to learn new ways of working, new ways of connecting, and definitely we've had cause to grow and learn in unexpected ways. So for our members, a lot of them may never have realized that they really can figure out how to join a Zoom call and join us here tonight on Facebook Live. I have to commend through this process our nonprofits that began this journey in April and the way that they have adapted and remained so very committed to the initiatives, not only for their resilience, but making sure that the initiatives they originally applied for are not only still viable, but they'll still be transformational 5 months later. I also would love to commend our members who have stuck with us, who have been incredibly committed. As I said, they've learned to adapt to new technologies and make this process possible all virtually, still conducting their grant reviews and their site visits. I've been involved in this organization since 2017, and it's continued to deepen my commitment to the organization and really been a testament to the dedication of the women involved.
It's really incredible to see the work that you've done. And Jody, not only do we have great members, but really it's important to remind folks that this is an all volunteer organization.
Oh my goodness, yes. This year alone, over 1/3 of our 316 members filled 146 different roles across 13 different committees. And you know, these are all volunteers with full-time jobs, with families, with pastimes and hobbies, although I would say, thanks to COVID and #working from home, it's been a lot easy to get a hold of everyone and schedule meetings on Zoom. In seriousness, though, it's an honor to serve with our members and with our board. I'd like to introduce some of them in a way that you can see their smiling faces, because we can't join with each other in one room tonight. Our board of directors continues to be an inspiration for their effectiveness and their leadership. Every single one of the women is an inspiration to me personally and has become dear friends. All 5 of our focus areas are necessary for a vibrant, thriving community. I'd like to acknowledge each of those areas, beginning with arts and culture. Lindsay Raymond and her team have done a fantastic job. Arts is so necessary for a rich and vibrant tapestry in our lives. Linda Egler, thank you, and to the Education Committee. Kelly Peterson and your team on Environment, Recreation, and Preservation. Thank you to Kathy Grinsteiner and the Family Committee. Thank you, Jenny Gross-Close and Health and Wellness. Thanks also to our 6th Review Committee, CIRC, or AKA Finance, led by Tammy Storkel and Lori Van Antwerp. Additionally, behind the scenes, I'd like to thank the Member Experience Committee, which beyond our powerful mission, ensures that our members' experiences throughout the process are fulfilling. Thank you to Marketing and Communication, who help keep not only our members informed, but also the public about what we are doing. Thank you to our Events Committee, especially our friends that have made this night possible. And thank you to our website ad hoc committee, who make sure valuable information is accessible.
Jody, I love seeing everybody's picture up there. You know, you want to wave to all your friends because you haven't seen them so recently because of the pandemic, but it was really nice to be able to have all those smiling faces there. How about a big round of applause for all of our member committees and all of our board of directors and all of our friends of Impact. Thank you very much. Jody, you talked about the model, you talked about the volunteers. You know, one of the real unique things about Impact 100 is also the awareness it brings to the nonprofits.
Yes, so a huge pillar of our organization is the lifting up effect that this has for the nonprofit throughout the entire process, beginning with grant application, and the exposure it brings to our members participating in the review process, as well as you at home tonight that may not have heard about these organizations or known how innovative they could be with their grant application. So thank you for tuning in tonight, and please like them on social media or access their wish list. They're available on our website. They'll continue to be available in follow-up to this meeting. I know that anecdotally, several nonprofits over the years that have not been funded with our transformational grants has still been awarded grants by other local donors. They've had wish lists fulfilled, and we really encourage that kind of participation. We'll continue to partner with community foundations such that that information is shared and their needs fulfilled, because the work they're doing is important.
It is important. Thank you, Jody. And we will see you back here in our live broadcast in just a little bit. Thank you so much for all your work. You know, not only are we growing the philanthropic pie and lifting up nonprofits in the region, one of the biggest reasons this night is such a success is the work that goes on behind the scenes through reviewing the grants. Let's take a look at that process now.
Hi, I'm Sam Carnes, and I'm the Grant Review Chair for Impact100 Traverse City. The annual meeting is one of my favorite nights of the year. It's super exciting, and I love giving away these big checks, but we don't get here without a lot of time and effort. First, on the part of the applicants, they spend hours, countless hours, writing these applications that then go to our committees for review. All of our committees are made up of Impact members, just like you, who volunteer their time, precious hours of their summer to give these applications the thorough review that they deserve. From there, each committee chooses a maximum of 4 applications that go on for an in-depth financial review by our Community Investment Review Committee, or CIRC. CIRC not only analyzes the financial viability of the initiatives themselves, but they also make sure that the organizations are going to be good stewards of impact money. From there, the applications move on to the site visit stage. That's where each committee goes out and gets a really in-depth overview of each initiative. And then each committee does the very, very difficult work of selecting just one finalist. So each of the 5 committees chooses one finalist to move forward, and then we get to vote on which of those finalists get awarded the grant. And that's where we are tonight. And we don't get to this point without each and every single one of you being involved, dedicating your time, your effort, your money, your care. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
And joining us now is our Grant Review Chair, Sam Carnes. She joins us now live in our studio. Sam, first of all, I have to tell you, congratulations on your pandemic haircut. It looks amazing. We had that video there. It looks great.
So since February.
Let's get that out of the way. It looks great. So well done. I have to tell you, one of the things that most drew me to Impact100 from the very beginning was the rigorous review process. You know, I felt so confident that my hard-earned money was really going to make an impact because of all of the thorough work of the grant review process. In a normal year, it's very rigorous, but with the pandemic, I mean, you guys really had to pivot quickly and make some adjustments along the way.
Yeah, we certainly did. This, as has been mentioned, this is our 4th grant cycle, and it has absolutely been an interesting and unique one. Our grant review cycle always kicks off with the nonprofit training, which is an informational session that we hold for any nonprofit who is interested in applying or thinks they might apply for a grant. So our nonprofit training for this grant cycle was held all the way back in November 2019, so almost a year ago. We had over 50 nonprofits attend that, so that was very well attended. And we were able to hold that in person because, of course, it was before everything happened. So then after that, as you know, the big reveal happens. That's where we get to tell our membership and the world how much money we're giving away. So we did that back in early March, and that was actually the last Impact event that we were able to hold in person because everything changed pretty quickly and drastically after that. As has been mentioned, this is an all volunteer organization, which does include our grant review committees. So we have 65 dedicated Impact members who volunteer their time and talents to review grants. They all do go through grant review training, and we had to hold that via Zoom this year. So that was one of the ways in which we had to pivot. And then something else that we had to change was that we extended the deadline for the nonprofits who were applying. It became clear when this wasn't over in just a few weeks, as we had all hoped, that some of our nonprofits may have difficulty meeting the deadline. So we did extend that deadline from April 10th to the 19th for them. And our committees also had to meet virtually to discuss the applications, which is a big change from how we would normally do that. When we got to the financial review portion, so we have 15 finance and accounting professionals, again, volunteer Impact members who do an in-depth financial review on each application. They realized that the financial situation may have changed for a lot of our applicants. So we really wanted to reach back out to everyone who was still in the applicant pool to make sure that their proposals were still going to be financially viable and viable. The answer in all cases was yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yes. So we were able to move on to our site visits. Typically, those would be done in person, and our committees would go out to the sites of the nonprofits and do those. This year it was a mix. So we did do some via Zoom, but some were conducted in person if they could be reasonably done so safely. So that brings us to tonight. So tonight, the exciting night in which we are going to be awarding 3 grants of $105,303 or $333.34.
Yes.
Which, as you mentioned, would normally be done in person, wine in hand, Kleenex out, mascara everywhere. Unfortunately, we aren't able to do that. So the voting was something else that did change this year. We had our finalists come in and pre-record their 10-minute videos, which you all watched, and you all voted. And a huge thank you to the Riemann Group for tabulating those votes for us. They do such an amazing job of keeping the process safe, transparent, and secure. We really, really appreciate their efforts. And incidentally, they're named one of the best accounting firms for women. So I just want to throw that out there and give them a little shout out for that. So
that is wonderful. For all of us here, I just can't thank you enough for the work that you've done leading the entire grant review team. It is one of the things that gives us quite immense confidence in the work of Impact 100, and we can't do it without you. So thank you from all of us for all your work. We really appreciate it. The voting, and I have to tell you, was very easy, and I liked it a lot. So hopefully there are some things we can learn from the pandemic as well that maybe we can bring forward. So thank you so much, Sam.
thank you.
Our Impact 100 chapter was founded in 2017, a founding board of 23 members. 2019 President Tanya Wildfong, of course, has been instrumental to our success and our development over the years, seeking to improve how we best serve our mission and create meaningful impact in our community. Tanya joins us now live. Tanya, I have to tell you, you and Jody and I served on that founding board together, and you were such a positive force from the very beginning and continue to be so. Give us a reminder of what happened with our grant recipients from 2019.
Thanks, Diana. Well, as she introduced, I'm Tanya Wildfong, the 2019 Impact 100 KC president, and I get to talk about the 2019 grant recipients. We'll hear from them in their own words in just a minute, but before we go there, I'd like to ask you a question. How are you doing? How are you doing? The last 6 months, I feel like I've walked around in a fog. It's been a little crazy. I don't know, anyone else had the teary-eyed child ask them or tell them you're no Mrs. Elshaw and you are not good teaching math, which I wholeheartedly agree. Was it just me? No? Yeah. So we're all going through that with support networks, loved ones that try and lift us up. Imagine those in the region that don't have those safety nets. They don't have that network. They may have been furloughed from their job. They can't put food on the table. They may be home from school and they're at risk in an abusive home. That's the impact that we got together and bring in 2019 with the nonprofit grant recipients. Sorry, I'm going to get a little defensive. In times like these, when we feel like there's no control, it really gave me hope listening to the 2019 grant recipients, hearing what they've done. For example, Traverse Bay Children's Advocacy Center, they're providing a safe place. Their typical client is 4 years old. Or bringing hot meals together. CARE, Pocasca Area Interfaith Resources, they're able to start their meals program this year. Or even providing skills so that you can build for your future. Child and Family Services, YouthWorks program, they were able to bring participants together, build skills, learn work ethic, all while learning how to do stewardship for the environment. It's really moving work. It's essential work that the nonprofits are doing in our region in a really much needed time. But don't take my word for it. Let's hear from the nonprofits themselves.
I am Pam Darling, Development Director at Traverse Bay Children's Advocacy Center, and we are so grateful for Impact 100 for the grant we received a year ago. It was to expand and renovate our center. We are a regional response center for the protection and well-being of children, and we serve 6 counties in northern Michigan, and we primarily investigate crimes against children. The majority are child sexual abuse, as well as extreme physical abuse and witness to violence in the home. So the last 5 years at the CAC, we've seen a 10% increase year over year in the need for our services. So thanks to a grant from Rotary Charities, we were able to plan our expansion, and Impact 100 really was a transformational grant that allowed us to put together a capital campaign to expand the facility. So in the last year or so, we have finalized the plans with Cornwall Architects, our partner, and we have launched the leadership phase of the campaign in February, and we have been able to been very successful securing grants from foundations. And the fact that Impact awarded us this grant really kind of showed a seal of approval that, you know, it's been fully vetted and that it's a worthwhile project. So we had a virtual groundbreaking on July 24th, and I know many of you participated or watched it on Facebook after the fact. We really appreciate that. It was never our intention to have to do a virtual groundbreaking. And construction has begun. Birdco is the contractor, and they anticipate the expansion to be done around the holidays. And then the first of the year, they will start on the renovation of our existing facility. So during this pandemic, we have seen an increase in the need for our services because home is not a safe place for all children. And we really are anticipating a spike once schools resume this fall, because a lot of times the police are involved when it's witness to violence or medical attention for extreme physical abuse. But when it comes to child sexual abuse, a lot of times they need a safe adult to confide in. So the timing of being able to double our capacity with this expansion couldn't be better. So we're hoping in spring of 2021, we will have a ribbon cutting ceremony with all of you in person. And thank you very much for your amazing work.
In the fall of 2019, CARE was awarded a grant through Impact100 TC. With that funding, we were able to purchase a building to start a community meal program that we now call Ladles of Love. I am so grateful for the support we have received from the ladies of Impact100 TC. Our opening day was July 27th of 2020. And so far this month of August, we have served 417 people nutritional meals. We are projected to serve over 500 in our first month. This journey has been a phenomenal journey that I never would have been able to do without the support of Impact100 TC. From the very beginning, even before I applied for the grant, I went and looked at several buildings, and the building that we're in now that's located at 107 West 3rd Street in Kalkaska was the building that I knew would be our future home of our community meal program. From the time I walked in there, I knew that people would come there, and I could hear them at the tables as I walked into the building the very first time. Some of the families that we've served since opening have been so gracious, and there is such a need in Kalkaska County, and I'm so blessed to be able to provide this service to people who really need it in Kalkaska and the surrounding areas. Our community meal program is 100% free to individuals who are in need of a meal. And I am just so grateful for the generosity of Impact100 TC, who has made this journey possible for us.
At Youth Work, we often use the AmeriCorps logo, getting things done, because it just fits so well with what we do. We get things done for our members, for our communities, for our partners, and for our environment. So what have we been getting done this year? Since receiving our grant, we've enrolled about 50 members into our program who've completed more than 15,000 hours of community service at over 100 project partner sites. We've improved 62 miles of trail for places like Sleeping Bear Dunes, Pictured Rocks, and the Hiawatha National Forest. We've improved and restored 26 miles of shoreline, rivers and streams at the Manistee River, Good Harbor Beach, the Boardman River, and many more. We've removed invasive species, protected habitats, and improved more than 174 acres of public lands, including the Huron-Manistee National Forest, Veronica Valley Park in Bingham Township, Brown Bridge Quiet Area, and many more. We've also planted 41,475 native plants and trees for partners like the Conservation District, Leelanau County Parks and Recreation, the U.S. Forest Service, and many more. Most importantly, we've awarded 33 youth members scholarships and several more are on track to graduate this month. We're still getting things done and have big plans for the future. That includes a large expansion of our conservation corps, culinary corps, and the startup of a new skilled trades corps. None of this would have been possible without Impact 100 Traverse City and the hundreds of women who have impacted our community and our program, and we thank you.
Wow, wonderful hearing from them directly. In 2019, you made that possible. It's just wonderful to see. Your $1,000 means so much, and together we can do so much more. Just thank you for coming on this journey with us. I'm glad we were able to give you an update, and we look forward to continue to update you on the great work that these nonprofits are doing in our community, how they're lifting each other up. And actually, it's not looking so foggy anymore. Thank you. Diana?
Thank you, Tanya. You know, we have been so fortunate to have you not only as a leader in Impact 100, but to have you in our community and to have you to be just an incredible person and leader. So thank you from all of us. You really are quite impactful yourself. Pigs want to know one. You guys out there too. Speaking of you guys out there, we are monitoring the Facebook feed. So send us your emoji love. We know there's about 100 of you watching at home, which is about what we would have in real life if we had the dinner. So it's kind of like we're all together. Maybe you even have better snacks at home, although the food at the Hickory Center is pretty good. So send us your emoji love, send us your comments, connect with each other. It's so great to be able to have that community. In 2017, our Impact 100 chapter was the largest of any chapter of any Impact 100 group. There are about 63 around the world right now. That included about 255 women across Northern Michigan coming together to make these transformational grants. And after tonight, we will have awarded 10 total grants to incredible nonprofits for a total of more than $1.1 million. You did that and continue to do it. So let's take a look at the future. Joining us again now is President of Impact 100 Traverse City 2020 President Jody Treach. Jody, I know you don't have a crystal ball. I wish you did, but tell us what we can expect in 2021 as best you can.
Well, holy cow. I hope more of this.
Yeah.
I really do. I hope for you joining us at home, you found this really just so exciting as I did off screen, getting to finally step back and watch the culmination of so much hard work by so many. It's truly remarkable. And for over 50% of our Impact members, the contribution that they make of $1,000 is the single largest donation that they've given to any one charity at the time that they commit to join us. And for you that do write a check, that $1,000 is effectively multiplied by 100 times as we then work to award grants of $100,000 or more. I don't have any guarantee of what the future will be. But there are a lot of things I'm looking forward to, and the obstacles that we'll get to overcome together, because we can truly determine our own fate for this organization. And all that I would ask is that our members and our community do what they can, where they are, with what they have. So if they could tell a friend about us, ask a nonprofit to apply, or even underwrite another member. We've been doing the best that we can, and we hope that you will too. As we've already heard tonight, we've accomplished a lot in 4 years. Let's talk about Zoom.
Yeah. Everybody loves Zoom. Nobody's fatigued of Zoom. We're doing our best. But I got to tell you, it has made so much possible. You know, with scheduling, you might not be able to make a meeting, but you might be able to tune into a Zoom.
Absolutely. And one of my favorite things coming out of COVID were the finalist Fridays last winter. I look forward to hosting more of those with our finalists, and we'll begin to kick those off in October. So yeah, if you mark your calendar for October 2nd, we'll begin meeting one-on-one with the grant recipients that we award tonight. So we'll learn more about their organizations and their initiatives. Earlier, we had smiling faces up on screen from our website ad hoc committee. Earlier this summer, kind of independent of our reliance on technology, we discovered that our website could no longer be pasted together with Band-Aids and bubble gum. I'd like to thank Rachel Johnson, who's our former Marcom chair, for her amazing and sometimes very late night work at the most inopportune times when our website has broken. Tanya Wildfong, who we just heard from in her amazing way, immediately jumped in and asked, what can I do and how can I help? And she's been leading a really great group, also with the support of Team Elmers and Dean Ross of Windstorm Marketing. We should have a brand new website going live soon, so please keep on the lookout for an announcement once that's up and running. I'd like to note that $1,000 of every $1,000 contributed goes to the nonprofit. So our 110% members are so important. That additional $100 that they donate helps support our fixed costs, like our website subscription, like our subscription to Submittable, that's used as the platform for not only our nonprofits to apply, but our review committees in the review process. So we will thank them. We'll also need to thank in 2021 and encourage our Evergreen membership. It's a brand new program that was launched this past year. While so many circumstances may have changed for our members, we do recognize a good number of our members have been with us since the very beginning, so since 2017. And we invite them, along with anyone interested, to commit to the impact we can make year over year in sustaining and growing our model. Finally, I'd like to thank our sponsors. So our friends of Impact, or anyone out in the community that wouldn't have an ability to vote. They're not actually a voting member, but we do have a number of organizations that sponsor members. They make it possible for the women that can't afford to participate in the process to do so. So please tell everyone you know about us and encourage us in any way that you can, because ultimately our success depends on you.
Well, there are a lot of things we have tonight, including a lovely gift basket that we might be able to tell folks about. Our friends over, gosh, I know Bonnie did the bag, but I'm sure there's a lot of other folks who've been a part of that.
Yes, so in order to kick off 2021, because membership is always open, we have,
you can't even lift
it. Yeah,
how good it is.
We have a really amazing bag of local goods and gift certificates for private fitness classes and a face color or partial cut from the gal that does my hair, some pedicures. We would love for you to be able to win this bag. So all you'll need to do is join us by October 1st. We will announce the winner on our October 2nd call with one of our 2020 grant recipients.
I gotta tell you, Jody, you know, we're talking about how this organization is all volunteer, but to see from the gift bag through all the technical work, the website work, all the grant reviews, the CERC, all of the planning, all of this amazing technology that somehow we've been able to do today. This is really an incredible organization. And I just thank you for your leadership in helping that happen, because this is just, every year I'm just blown away by what we're able to accomplish together. And that isn't even until we get to the grants. And I think we've done the meeting part. I think we should get to the grants. What do you think?
I think we should too. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, of course, we can't do the big check in person this year, but we have big plans. How will this year's check delivery be a little different?
All right. Well, as we've had to innovate our approach to almost everything. Yes, we wanted to make this night as exciting as we possibly could. We have teams live out in the field ready to deliver the checks to the nonprofit so that they'll find out, as we do, who the grant recipients are for 2020. I would like to note that our goal for this organization is to be able to award a transformational grant in each of our 5 focus areas. While we get to award those grants in 3 of the focus areas tonight, that means that 2 of them, unfortunately, will have to be lifted by the wish list and the promotion they've received through this process. Those teams are also on site and will be delivering flowers and sincere, deep expressions of gratitude.
All right, you know, it's always so hard when we have to vote, and this is always the most exciting part of the evening. So before we get to the big check, I'm not going to toss it to commercial like they do on TV, but we do want to give you a reminder of all the finalists. So let's take a look at that video.
In the Arts and Culture category, the finalist is Old Town Playhouse, with their initiative, Enhancing the Patron's Sensory Experience at OTP. Old Town Playhouse wants to continue transforming their main stage theater at the corner of 8th and Cass into a venue audiences will remember and return to regularly with pleasure. Antiquated speakers will be replaced with a custom-designed sound system to ensure a balance of sound throughout the theater. Energy-efficient LED stage instruments will be installed to bring a wider variety of lighting options to the stage. And the HVAC system will be altered to greatly increase the comfort of the audience. Projected scenery will strengthen their ability to bring more complex shows to the stage. And the enjoyment of patrons with hearing deficits will be enhanced by a new digital assisted listening system. These will be crowning touches on a transformation that began in 2013. In the education category, the finalist is Newton's Road, with their initiative, Newton's Road Career Investigation Platform. Newton's Road proposes a community liaison program to connect communities to a toolkit of low or no cost, high quality hands-on STEM-related experiences. By recruiting and training a community liaison in each of the 20 library districts in the 5-county region, they will create more opportunity for the 24,000 K-12 children in the Traverse Bay Area Intermediate School District. Each community liaison will connect their community's families, educators, libraries, STEAM Maker Alliance members, businesses, and civic groups to quality regional STEM-related programs. The Community Liaison Toolkit will include presentations, brochures, videos, guides, metrics, and a menu of programs and resources that each community can use to make a plan that meets their unique needs. In the Environment and Recreation category, the finalist is Preserve Hickory, with their initiative, Energy Efficient Lighting for Hickory Hills. Preserve Hickory's proposed initiative will complete Phase 1 of their master plan by replacing Hickory's iconic lights with environmentally friendly and energy-efficient fixtures. Over the last 20 years, increasing environmental considerations challenged the traditional view of the park's lighting. Since 85% of skiing and ski programs take place after dark, this proposal addresses the need for a more sustainable and more cost-effective approach to the lighting. Their proposed initiative will replace the existing fixtures with new energy-efficient LED lights. These new lights will be 2.5 times more efficient than the existing lighting, reducing Hickory's carbon footprint. This transformational project incorporates important green elements to the park's site and operation and contributes to the long-term sustainability of the park through reduced utilities expense and the expansion of night skiing. In the family category, the finalist is Habitat for Humanity Grand Traverse Region, with their initiative, Habitat for Humanity Building Homes in Hope Initiative. This initiative will help Habitat for Humanity better serve the Grand Traverse region by using Impact 100 grant funds as revolving capital in order to accelerate the building process and increase the capacity for new builds. In this proposed model, impact funds would be used to build a Habitat home for a low-income family. Then when the family closes on the home, Habitat for Humanity Grand Traverse would be reimbursed, allowing them to reinvest in the next build. This plan would provide consistent capital, which would allow for a continuous building cycle with no downtime between builds, increasing the capacity for the organization to build needed homes consistently without delays. In the Health and Wellness category, the finalist is Michael's Place, with their proposal, Tending the Wounds, Trauma, Suicide, and Childhood Bereavement. The initiative proposed by Michael's Place is focused on the mitigation and prevention of trauma, suicide, and childhood bereavement. Their proposed program is designed to help children and adults traumatized by the death of a loved one. The initiative engages partner organizations and mobilizes community support by replicating proven national models in an evidence-based approach to address the rising need for grief support programs. Their proposal offers crisis interventions and creative programming that engages the bereaved in intentional, transformational sharing and listening. The programming will also provide Michael's Place volunteers with the necessary tools to support individuals, schools, businesses, and community organizations.
And this is so exciting. You know, we already have 100 people watching at home. Thank you so much. And thank you to every single one of you who has already committed to 2021. You are amazing and we are so grateful for you. But I got to tell you, Jody, my palms are getting a little sweaty. I'm getting a little nervous. We've got our 5 teams out in the field that somehow we've managed to pull this off with some ring lights, some iPhones, some Wi-Fi, some Zoom, Facebook, and you. So I think we should get ready.
Let's
right?
do it.
You
Yes.
ready? Okay. To all the nonprofit finalists out there, if you can hear us on your phones and all the women who made this possible, the time has come. Team number 1, take your place. So exciting. Okay, cue the drum roll. In no particular order, the first 2020 Impact 100 Traverse City grant recipient of $105,333.34 is...
Dun. Michael's Place.
Congratulations, Michael's Place. This is a live stream of the check being presented right now to the grant recipient. Congratulations, Michael.
So they don't see your check so much. And I'm like, I'll believe it.
Oh. Congratulations, that's great. They still get the big check. Everybody's got their masks on, the flowers are beautiful.
You don't want me to show this check?
Much congratulations to Michael's Place, and we will come back to you and celebrate in a little bit. Let's go to number 2. So far, we have already awarded $105,333.34. Now going to team number 2.
Around the corner.
Number 2, take your place. Drum roll, please. The second Traverse City grant recipient of $105,334.34 is
Newton's Road.
Congratulations, Newton's Road. I love the big checks all over Traverse City. Checks and balloons, everybody's outside. There's very excited dogs. Congratulations to Newton's Road.
Wow.
A 2020 grant recipient. So if you're keeping track at home and doing the math, I know we've got a robust cert committee. So far, the running total is $210,600. Congratulations to Newton's Road again. All right, team, again, so far we have awarded $210,666.68, which means we have 1 grant remaining. Team number 3, take your place. The third 2020 Impact 100 Traverse City grant recipient of $105,333.34 is...
Habitat for Humanity.
Congratulations, Habitat for Humanity.
So we're going, I'm sorry. So bring in the checks.
Money. Don't forget the big check. You gotta have the big check. Okay, that's great. Oh my God, humanity.
Oh my gosh. Oh, so many people.
Impact 100 Traverse City members, you have given out $316,000. You've awarded transformational grants tonight to 3 amazing organizations: Michael's Place, Newton's Road, Habitat for Humanity. These organizations are continuing to do incredible work in our community thanks to your work and your help. Jody, this has been a great year.
It has been a great year, and I look forward to doing it again in 2021.
Thank you to everybody who joined us on Facebook Live. Thank you for a couple of our technical glitches. You know, again, all volunteer organization. You do so much work all year round, and we are so glad to be able to bring this to you live here tonight via Facebook Live. Please continue to connect online. We will see you soon. October 2nd is the first of our finalist Fridays. And of course, for all of you who have already committed to joining for 2021, thank you so much. And we can't wait for the rest of you to join us as well. As Jody mentioned, our goal every year is to have a grant in each of the 5 categories. And that takes your commitment and your dedication to bringing in new members as well. So thank you in advance for all the work that you do to make Impact 100 incredible success and to continue to have our future cemented as we move forward. So thank you from all of us here at Vortex Studios in Traverse City. Have a wonderful night, and congratulations to our grant recipients. And here we look forward to 2021 making an impact with you.